And then a year later warrants 5 paragraphs of why we should be monogamous. Mind blown.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
How big were his balls? Do you remember?
Reckless and the Reckless and the
Well, welcome to Reckless and the Recluse. I am Ashley Baca, and this is Judy.
Judy.
Just Judy. And
I like it better when you just say my name that way. I feel like I do it wrong every single time.
But it's more fun because it shows how we are. The episode today is sponsored by Nero Gum.
Yes, it is.
Judy thought I was not reckless enough, and he sent me more energy, so I have some vitamin B caffeine so that I can actually, pump it up. Be wild.
Try it?
Try to get COVID out there, That's...
Did you try the gum?
Yes, I chewed 2 pieces today, and look at me.
Is it fun?
Splendid.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it felt good.
Did you feel a rush?
Honestly, I drink a lot of caffeine, and I only had 2 shots this morning. So it was just, I kind of replaced the second cup of coffee I would have had.
I kind of like it. I like the feeling because it's not just caffeine. It's like
Vitamin B,
theamine, L-theanine, or whatever it is, the calm. Yeah. It really kind of like puts you in a zone.
It really does. It was good. It was worth it. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. It was exciting. I came back from Seattle, and I was excited to see that I had a present.
I gave you a gift. It's true.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say, all right. So you're supposed to ask me what
How was your reclusive week?
So, okay. My answer has changed in the last hour, but this was what I was going to say.
Okay.
Is I haven't stepped out of my house for like an entire week, like not even out the door really, except to like go to the car and get groceries once. So that's what I was going to say. Okay.
But then,
but about, let's see, an hour or so ago, well, we got like a foot of snow today here.
Oh, that's fun.
No, it's not fun. And, so we were going to go outside to like shovel some stuff. Right. So I was going to go outside, change things up. And so I put on all my stuff to go outside, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to be hungry when I come back in. So I was like planning, I put these like frozen, we weren't like making dinner or anything tonight. So I was like, I'm just going to eat these like frozen chicken, the organic Bell & Evans chicken tenders. You know, those things like fancy chicken nuggets. They're frozen. You put them in the oven for like a half hour. So I was like, all right, I'll put these in, go outside, shovel, come back, it'll be ready, and it'll be good. I'll eat it. So here's what happened. I put them in.
Mm-hmm.
I set the thing for 26 minutes, I believe, on the convection oven, like I always do, on whatever temperature it said. I put on my gear, go outside, I'm shoveling. I'm cleaning off the car. I'm doing all this stuff. And we must have been out there for like over a half hour. So normally I'd be inside and you'd hear the thing beep and I'd be like, oh, it's ready. I'll go get it. So obviously we're outside while the thing's done. So I just come in. I assume that it had been done for a while. So I just like kind of, after I clean off my stuff and like take off my snowy clothes, I go casually over to the oven thing. I just like get the chicken out, put it on a plate, get a bunch of sriracha, and I start eating it. I eat like
it's raw,
several pieces, and until I get to a larger piece that you could really tell wasn't cooked because it was a much bigger size. And I bite into it, and it's like, it's like a dog toy. So I'm like, what's going on here? And I had been fucking drenching it with sriracha. So I didn't really notice. I was just tasting sriracha essentially. And so I'm looking at this thing and I'm just like, oh shit. And then, so I was like, all right, no big deal. I'll just put it back in the toaster oven. And so I put it in and I hit the button and nothing happens. And I was like, did you turn this off before we went outside? And Deanie's like, no, I didn't touch it. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like pushing the button and it's not going on. And then I realized that the whole thing had exploded and shut down while we're outside. So I have no idea how long these things even cooked for. And I realized that I had eaten 3 pieces of like very undercooked chicken. And then I start freaking out and I'm just like, what do I need to puke? Like, is there something I can do? Like, what the fuck? And everything I'm looking at online is just like, if you accidentally eat undercooked or raw chicken, nothing you can do. Just see if stuff happens. And so I'm just like, cool. Just gonna see if my body explodes in a couple hours or whatever. So I'm taking like probiotics and I'm downing like ginger juice.
Charcoal. You probably should eat charcoal like a dog when he eats something he's not supposed to. I'm kidding.
That could work probably. I took apple cider vinegar. I'm like doing all this stuff. Like
you're putting it in your stomach.
And then I ate a salad. I'm like, I need fiber. I need probiotics. I need all this like good stuff. So now I'm just kind of, I ate so much extra stuff to like try to, I'm drowning it out. That's my logic. I'm out competing this shit. I'm so much like water, liquid. I got this like lime water right now. So I'm just like very anxious that in the next couple hours, I'm just going to be like, oh boy. And it's going to be bad. So that's what happens when you leave the house, ladies and gentlemen. Don't leave the house. Stay the fuck inside because
from the mouth,
bad things will happen as soon as you walk out the door.
Don't leave the house.
Let this be a lesson to everyone.
Okay. Well, I'm worried about you, but I think you'll be fine. I think the apple cider vinegar is the one that kicked it out.
I'm like, it's just, it put me in such a bad headspace of just like, there's nothing I can do. And I'm just like dreading.
I just how you went 3 pieces in.
I ate so much of it.
Paranoid of raw chicken that I always like check it. Like, cause I actually gave up chicken nuggets and I call them chicken nuggets right now because I eat them too much. I always get the like gluten-free healthy ones from Whole Foods that are like whatever, non-GMO. I think that's the name. I don't remember the brand. That's why I'm not saying it. It's like, it has like green on the top. Anyway. But I felt like they probably still weren't that healthy. So like today I went to the grocery store and I didn't buy them. And I was like, so now you made me feel good. Because what if I would have eaten a raw chicken nugget?
Well, you probably wouldn't have gone outside shoveling snow in California either. I mean, that's the thing I hate. The worst part of the story is not even the fucking raw chicken. It's the fact that I had to shovel snow. I mean, let's be honest. Snow is fucking terrible. I hate it so much. It's the worst thing in the world.
If you have to shovel it, you hate it. If you don't have to shovel it, it's lovely.
No. I never want to see it again.
Well, I guess that's why you're living in LA part-time.
Well, where did you go? Did you see snow?
Well, I actually traveled half the country in the past week, but I didn't see snow. But I will start with the events of my week, okay? First of all, it was Christmas Eve, and I had a couple things to buy because I was going to a Christmas Eve dinner, and I was wearing slides because it is warm in LA. And as I was in the store, it started raining. And when I walked out of the store, it got super slippery, and it was like an ice skating rink trying to get to my car. And if I would have been smart, I would have just asked somebody, because with the slides, they're too slippery. If I'd have been wearing tennis shoes, it would have been okay. I was on Hollywood Boulevard where the Hollywood sign, you know, where that it's like glass, the stars are.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, they're super slippery with slides, and if it's raining.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
I should have just pretended to ice skate on the way to my car. I don't really know what I did, but I fell back and I hit my head. I did not get knocked out.
Shit.
but I had a bump on the back of my head the size of a tennis ball. And I was going to go to the hospital, but my mom works at a hospital, and I was like, COVID numbers are high here, and I don't want to be sitting in an emergency room if I don't have to. So she got a doctor to like ask me questions, and he was like, I really don't think you need to go. He's like, just have someone keep an eye on you for the day and like stay with a friend for the night. And, you know, so I did, and I was fine. And then for the next few days, I started feeling fine. But then I had this huge road trip planned. I have a friend who moved to Seattle, and I was going with her. We stayed in Big Sur, in San Francisco, in Oregon, or Eureka in Oregon. And then we went to Seattle. Well, I started getting some symptoms of concussion, like the first day we drove. Mind you, I was tired, and it was, you know, I hadn't been doing much. I had just been resting. So we did go to an ER out there, and thankfully I was in and out in 3 minutes because, 30 minutes.
Oh,
30. Because I was the only one there. We were in this it was a little town outside of Big Sur. Anyway, he told me that I did have a minor concussion.
Damn.
And, I just overexhausted myself, and that I would be fine, but like I couldn't drive. So the whole reason I was going was to help her drive.
So you became useless?
Yeah. I was entertainment, you know. But I did drive the last day. So I drove all the way the last day. And I've progressively gotten better.
So did you what were the effects of the concussion? Like, what were you experiencing?
I started getting blurry vision, and I felt nauseous. And so it wasn't completely like the worst, but it was there, and it hadn't been there. So I was like, I was like, this is it, guys, this is it. But it wasn't it.
So has your goose egg gone? Did it hatch?
It's almost gone, but it's still there a little bit. And I have PTSD. I feel like I'm going to fall everywhere. I've never felt that way. And I'm like a really good faller. Like, first of all, I'm not clumsy, so I don't fall often, right? And the few times I have, I always like roll into it, you know? And this time I didn't get to roll into it, and I am...
Because you fell backwards.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst. Because you probably
I guess I should have tried to like roll into it, but it was too fast.
For some reason, I'm picturing your feet like shooting out from under you, and then your head hitting like the fender of a car, which did not happen, right?
No. I hit my back and then my head. If I would have hit straight on my head, that would have been bad.
Do you know whose star you hit on the way down?
I should go look because I know where I fell, but no, I didn't. I was so scared.
Could be a sign. Yeah, but I mean, that's important. It's important to know.
Yeah.
You think it was like Wesley Snipes? Does he even have a star?
Well, who has the star right in front of the Dolby Digital Theater there on Hollywood Boulevard? Maybe I'll get on Google Maps later because I think I can never go back there.
Lucille Fall.
See, so maybe it happened because maybe this is good juju. You know what I mean?
It's just Judy. No, don't call me Juju.
Good Judy.
Wait, you think it might be a good omen? What do you mean?
Yeah, because 12 years ago on the same day, I fell and hit my head.
No, on the same exact day?
On the same day. Yeah, different story, but same day. Still water taking me down. But I was in the shower, and my ex had gotten out of the shower and left like a puddle on the floor. And for some reason, our rugs were like being washed, our shower rugs. And I hit my head on the back of the tub, and I had to
get naked?
Staples, naked, bleeding, 18 staples.
Damn.
So my ex put a towel on my head, and your head bleeds crazy. So I'm glad I didn't cut it this time. And it soaked like a big towel. I was like, I thought that was it also that day. And then I went and like, you don't even have a concussion. You hit on like the perfect part of your head where like nothing happens. And I was like, cool.
Isn't it funny how water has really been like, for me, it was frozen water. It was snow that really kind of fucked up my night. And then you like, I don't know, maybe water is kind of just out to get us. Maybe it's because we were like talking about the benefits of Red Bull and water's like getting pretty mad.
Maybe we just need to talk about water. Or maybe it's because you're a fire sign and I'm an air sign and it's trying to take us down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a sign. It's a water sign that the podcast.
Anyway, I was thinking this was the close of like a bad 12 years. You know, I hit my head.
Well, what 12? What's the significance there? Were you 12 years a slave to your own bad luck? Is this the end?
A lot of stuff happened. Yeah, I think this is it. I think I'm going to be like, all my dreams are going to come true now.
Oh, shit. So should I hit my head too?
No, I think your podcast is just part of it. I think I took one for you. So, like, I think this Reckless is going to take off. I think it's going to be the most popular podcast, the number one podcast.
Really?
Next month. Yeah, and it was all because I hit my head.
Damn. So we don't even have to do anything different, like be funny or anything? We're just good?
No.
Just more of these like, so what'd you do? Not much. What'd you do? That's all we need?
Yeah, that's it. And we're famous.
Wow.
But
yeah.
Besides that, so that happened, but I did have a really fun road trip with a little bit of a headache in the back of my head. And we went to Big Sur and we got to see all the really cool ocean over there, and there was a waterfall. And we went to Monterey and we saw some of the Oregon coast. We went to the Redwood Forest.
Do you think Big Sur would be a good name for like a gay dating app?
Big Sur in your yes. Okay. They need a new one because they only have Grindr. So you should be the creator of the next gay app.
The next gay app.
Now you could just call it like a gender fluid app.
Well, Big Sur includes Big everyone. Sur, anyone who likes big men, which so could be straight women or gay men.
Oh, that's it? Oh, okay.
And Big Sirs could be on it as well. So I'm not allowed on my own app, it seems like, unless I fucking size up.
Well, are you gonna?
I don't even know if that's like, I need to get some height. We always talk about me getting taller on this podcast.
You bring it up. I don't say anything.
No, you just keep making me fucking talk about it. You just keep bringing it up. You just keep bringing up stuff that makes me feel insecure about my height.
You've been like,
what?
As a man who is only 1 inch taller than me, how do you feel?
I was talking to someone the other day. Actually, it was on stereo, and we were talking about Julia Childs. You know her?
Yes.
And I don't know that much about her, but we were just doing a bit that was just like, what if Julia Childs, because apparently she was 6'3", which I didn't even realize.
Really? They didn't even mention that in the movie about her.
She's huge. And her husband's like was really short, like 5'8" or 7 or 6, like compared to her, super short.
Yeah, that's really short.
And all right, let's chill.
6'3", not in general. Judy, you're huge.
But I thought it'd be really funny if Julia Childs just kept saying her height, like on her cooking show. She's just like, all right, and now we're gonna add a little bit of lemon zest. I'm 6'3", and just like she kept saying it for no reason. I don't know. It just really tickled me at the time.
So she's like, this turkey is beautifully juicy, and I'm 6'3". Like that's what. Like, it wouldn't be this juicy unless it's only that juicy because she's 6'3"? Is that?
Potentially. I don't know. There was really no significance behind it at all. I just thought it was funny picturing her because she talks real weird too and just saying, I'm 6'3".
She does talk weird. Oh my God. Okay, so the other thing that I did want to talk about something personal, I'll bring that up, but I wanted to talk about, how do you feel about the new stimulus bill that was passed mentioning that the government had 180 days to reveal to us what they know about UFOs.
Wait, is that real?
Yeah, it's factual.
Wait, in the COVID stimulus, that's
Yeah.
that's built into the stimulus bill?
Built in.
Why?
I was gonna send you I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody's talking about it. Like, how is this even? The stimulus bill was 5,000 pages. Also, they put all kinds of stuff in there.
So they're stimulating us in a lot of ways, not just economically, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
There was some Harvard professor today or yesterday wrote some article that said that he believed that UFOs or aliens had visited the Earth in
2017.
Yeah, which was not he didn't have proof. He was just he found some body in the not a body a craft or a body in space that he couldn't identify. So I mean, I guess technically that makes it a UFO, but I'm not one for jumping to the conclusion that therefore that means that aliens came here. I mean, it just means that there was something in space around Earth that is unusual. But you can't automatically go to okay, aliens visited us. I don't think that's
okay. You're right. They didn't use the word alien. They said UFOs. But
Did they?
There is another. MSNBC reported this maybe 2 days ago, and this is also real. I can send it to you. It's not an edited clip. It's from MSNBC. And she said that Donald Trump said he has been in contact with aliens for this.
But that dude says literally anything.
I didn't say that it was factual. I'm just saying, why would MSNBC say this?
Because I believe that Trump would say that.
Okay, but they were denying him. They were putting it out as a story, as if I'll send it to you and you have to watch it. Maybe we could add the little insert here, and then whatever, and then everyone can say how they feel about it.
I mean, we're recording this on the day where that phone call came out too did you see that with the Georgia Secretary of State today?
Yes.
The audio from that. It's
and
fucking insane.
Make it win by one.
He was like, let's just find. He used the word find.
Votes.
Find.
Win by one.
He used the word find. What the unbelievable. That dude will just say anything.
Well, it's almost over, right?
I mean, I'm not really excited about January 6th. I was talking to my friends that live in DC, and they're just I mean, there have been protests before. There's always protests in DC, but I don't know. It's probably not going to be a great day for DC. Given that all the fucking MAGA people are this is the start of the war, January 6th, 2021.
That would suck to live there when you're just trying to live a peaceful life and you just happen to have to be in the middle of all this. It's the same thing with me living here in Hollywood. Right now there's a helicopter flying around and I can hear there was a high-speed chase going on a second ago, and I'm just cool. I live here.
I stay home.
Being in Seattle, because I used to live there, like I had said, made me remember how safe a big city can be.
You don't think LA is safe?
Not, okay. When I lived in West Hollywood, yes. Brentwood, yes. But not Hollywood. Hollywood's wild.
Yeah.
Oh, a guy 2 days ago told me that he was the one who sniped Osama bin Laden himself.
Wait, why are you talking to strangers in Hollywood outside right now?
Because I went to go get my coffee from my Starbucks. We know, right? That I'm always at Starbucks. And I had forgot my mask.
Whoa.
Okay, so chill. So I just yelled in and I was like, hey guys, I forgot my mask. And they're like, we'll bring it up to you. I was like, thanks, because they know me, So I was standing outside and then he was like, how are you? And I was like, good. And he was like, I used to be a Marine. And I was like, wow, thanks for serving our country. I was just trying to be nice,
Thanks for serving my coffee.
I said country.
I know, but is he the one that brought you the coffee also?
No, he was homeless. The people. I'm standing outside of Starbucks at this point, waiting.
Okay.
And then, so they finally bring it. But then at this point, it's like rude for me to just walk off. And he's like, I'm the one. He's like, I was a sniper. And he's like, I'm the one who killed Osama bin Laden. And I was just like, well, that used to probably fly really cool back in 9/11, 2001, but we don't really care anymore. Like, what am I supposed to say? That's like trying to get clout off, like, I fucked Britney Spears. Like, that's not cool right now. I'm sorry. If you're fucking Britney Spears right now, there's something wrong.
If you're currently fucking her?
Yeah,
but he's not saying he killed Osama bin Laden yesterday.
I know, but nobody cares. Nobody cares. If you ever fucked Britney Spears, actually, that's right. If you ever fucked Britney Spears, that'd be cool. So saying that you said you fucked, I don't know, who was relevant in 99 that none of us care about anymore?
Ricky Martin.
There we go. Same thing.
Although he was in that Netflix show. That was pretty good.
It's the same thing.
He was in that Netflix show about what's the designer? Did you see that?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? And the entire time, I think the whole reason that he's on the show is because the entire time you're watching it and you're like, is that Ricky Martin? Like every single episode, it's like, is that Ricky Martin? Like he's an actor now and he's on this Netflix show. That's and then you have to watch the next episode because you're just like,
you just want to keep.
I want to know if that's Ricky Martin.
That's not why, because Versace was so good.
Oh, Versace, that's what it was. No, it was a good show. It was.
That series, they did a good job because they did the O.J. Simpson and they did the Versace trials. And I'm hoping they're going to give us another one because they do a really good job.
Yeah. Who do you think they can come up? Who do you think is going to be next?
I really don't know. People were trying to speculate, but they didn't say.
Well, the first one was about OJ, who was the killer, but the second one was about Versace. Oh, I guess it was kind of about the killer, though, mostly, now that I think about it.
It was about the killer. It's just that nobody would have known the killer's name, so they couldn't name him that.
Right. But it did follow Versace a lot, too. It was a lot about him, but...
Not to know, but it was mainly about the killer.
Yeah.
And how
but the OJ one, we didn't get a lot of Nicole Brown.
That's true.
Or Ron Goldman.
That's kind of sad. We should know more about her. We didn't learn anything.
Yeah.
I heard this conspiracy theory that they think O.J. Simpson's son killed her and O.J. took the rap.
But he didn't take the rap.
Well, he took the trial rap. Like,
he got the charge.
Yeah. He didn't take any, but like, I don't know. Because the son had like a lot of, I can't remember exactly what they said he had, but he had a lot of anger bouts and like he would get really mad about things. And he felt like this man was ruining his parents' relationship. I don't know. Obviously.
Wait, was he the son of OJ and Nicole?
Yeah.
Ah. Wait, did she really have an affair with Ron Goldman?
No. It was a son he had with somebody else, and then they had 2 kids. Did he really have what?
Did she really have an affair with Ron Goldman? Or wasn't that just like, they just acquaintances?
The guy that he killed? Yeah, they were really hooking up. He was just a waiter that she met.
Yeah, but I thought it was like she was at the restaurant and she left something like her glasses and he knew her and OJ. And so he went to the house to like give it back to her.
Well, somebody said that they had like that they had like gone out a couple times. And she wasn't cheating at the time because her and OJ were separated.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We call that when it's OJ, it's filtered.
Filtered OJ killing. I don't know on this. I feel like that I don't want this to take over. What else did I want to bring up today? Oh, this is a guy that I dated 5 years ago sent me a 5-paragraph text message asking me to date his girlfriend, his monogamous girlfriend.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, was it like well structured and well written?
I mean, it wasn't bad. And he is a high school English teacher.
Yeah, I mean, like 5-paragraph essay. Was there a thesis statement at the end of the first paragraph?
Yeah, kind of. Like talking about yes.
Did the whole thing start with a definition?
The whole thing
Relationship.
started was like, I know you must think this is spontaneous, but it is not. I have been thinking about it since June.
Yeah, that's like, that kind of makes it not good. Wouldn't you rather just be like, hey, you know what? You just popped into my head and I thought, I want to reach out. Like, I got a great idea. Rather than, I've been stewing on this for 5 months. And finally, I've put it into the words that I feel like you will accept instead of what I wanted to say in June.
We weren't dating in the past 6 months. This was just completely insane, because the only acceptable way to reach out, which he has reached out, and I'll tell you what he had said, but the only acceptable way to reach out would be like, hey, do you want to grab a drink sometime? Or, hey, how are you? That's the only acceptable way when it's been this long.
Right.
Unless we had been dating in the past 6 months.
Wait, so you didn't talk at all for 6 months?
Well, he reached out in the summer, in June, and I ignored it. And in Christmas, he said, hey, are you in town? And I said, no, I'm back in New Mexico. And he said, oh, too bad. If you were in LA, we'd be cuddling. And I said, even if I was in LA, we wouldn't be cuddling. And he said, wow, you're cold-blooded. And then I didn't say anything. And then a year later, warrants 5 paragraphs of why we should be monogamous. Mind blown.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
How big were his balls? Do you remember?
No. Honestly, no recollection of his ball.
Because they sound pretty big by how you're describing them. It takes a lot of balls
He
to
sat on
send
the
a
toilet
5-paragraph essay.
and touched the water.
Oh, yeah. Those are bowl balls. They like, they fucking sub-meniscus. Those things are submarines, man. Bigger than the goose egg on the back of your head, you think? Or
Maybe. Not the original one, but bigger than this one now. All right, so I did, travel out there, and there was a lot of people. There was a lot of restaurants in Seattle open.
I know I saw pictures of you like inside of places drinking drinks.
Yeah, they like had these pretend like it was outside, but also it was nice.
I mean, I would feel so uncomfortable though, being in a place like that.
No, because I was eating out here like 4 weeks ago before they shut everything down again, remember?
I know, but did you ever eat inside, or it was outside inside?
It was outside inside, the same thing that they were doing here.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane. I can't even do it. I get uncomfortable walking into a restaurant to pick up takeout.
Judy.
I feel like I'm gonna get COVID from ordering on DoorDash.
From the Zoom, because
From this fucking Zoom. This will be the ultimate irony. I feel like if I get COVID, because of how careful I am and how little risk I take. But
so why did you have a scare? What happened?
So I'm now 2 degrees away from somebody with COVID because Deanie's employee at her store tested positive, and she had direct contact with her. So Deanie's been in contact with somebody. She's a contact. And then, obviously I have contact with her. So I'm still 2 degrees away because, she hasn't tested positive. But so we're going to get tested tomorrow. But so
Wait, and you might have COVID. That's all I'm hearing.
The thing that boggles my mind right now is that we're in a pandemic, and then people talk about this all the time. Like, because I talk to people on the phone that have COVID all the time, and people are like, oh, I had a cough, but I get sick this time of year all the time. And I'm just like, sure, but we're in a pandemic. Your first thought should be COVID. Like that should be your very first thought as soon as you get a cold. Like, yeah, in 2019, maybe not. 2018, no, you're probably fine. But right now, you get a cough that you didn't have yesterday. Your first thought should be COVID. Like, I don't understand. And, you don't have to diagnose yourself. Just be like, oh shit, I might have it. I should probably go get a test, right? And maybe take precautions, be prepared in case I am positive. But so, I'm not going to, I don't think she'll ever hear this, but her employee had a cough, like an obvious cough at work, and she shrugged it off as being from something else. For some other reason. She was like, no, I don't, this is not related to anything like that. And so, but Deanie's like, she's got a pretty obvious cough. Like, what should I do? And I'm like, what should you do? You tell her to stay home, make her get tested, and she can't come back to work until she has a negative test result. Like, that's what you do. And if you really feel that bad about it, pay her to stay home. Like, but don't let her come into work. And she was just like, really? I'm like, yeah, fucking really. And like, she asked a bunch of other people, and like, I felt like I was being so extreme. But then now looking back, she stayed home. She paid her to stay home, which is the right thing to do, and she tested positive. And now I'm like, aren't you glad that I fucking said that this is what you have to do? Because you would have had 2 more days all day with this person being exposed.
Yeah. So
I just saved our lives, essentially.
You're a hero and a recluse. Okay.
I'm a fucking hero. Yeah, let's change the name of the podcast to the Reckless and the Hero. And I mean, although she still was exposed, but it's been over a week now, and she's still, fine. I'm fine. And then she called the Pennsylvania Health Department, and they were like, you can still open if you want to. Because I work for New Jersey. So I was just like, if you want to open, call them, see what they say. And they were like, yeah, you as long as you're out of this window and you're not feeling, you have no symptoms yourself, you should be good. And I'm just like, all right.
So more than likely, nobody has it.
Well, right? No, the employee has it.
No, but you are Deanie.
And she also, she's more of an Ashley than a Judy, from what I understand. I don't really know her, but her bubble is a little bit. Her bubble's not coming from one of these. It's coming from one of these, with that you dip that whole fucking wand in the soap and you wave your arm around. That's her bubble. Whereas my bubble is it's the little ones that you get from washing your hands. Those little very fine bubbles. It's more like it's like a Pellegrino, That's the bubble that I've established for myself.
I like how so she is an Ashley. She got COVID, and she almost gave it to a Judy. That's wild.
I mean, so I'm not in.
You know who said it best? Sheryl Crow. That's not even who sings it.
I was almost positive you were about to say Alanis Morissette, which was going to be really funny because I talked so much about Alanis Morissette this week. But then you said Sheryl Crow, which is nonsense. I thought you were fucking with me. I thought
I was. I just wanted to be ironic. That's what I said. But it was. I know.
Okay.
But yes, right. You were talking about Alanis Morissette this week. I was making a bad joke. You didn't laugh. I more just stumped.
I was just shocked. No, that is. I like it. I'm a Sheryl Crow fan. I'm an Alanis fan too.
Okay, so what did you say about Alanis Morissette this week?
I was on stereo, and I started for some reason doing this thing where I was singing Alanis Morissette songs, but as a pirate, and it turned out really ridiculous. But it was funny, and so ironic was the thing that started, that song was what started me off on this whole hour of nonsense.
There would be a verse in that song. It'd be like, Judy stayed home during the pandemic. And then I don't know what would the next line be.
Well, I mean,
thought he was gonna make it, but he was the only one who got COVID. I don't have the rhythm right now, but you know what I'm saying.
The only one.
Yeah,
the only one.
Like that would be the verse. And then she'd be like, isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
But my version was a pirate, and the chorus was, "And ain't it ironic, 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 and ain't it ironic?" It was so fucking dumb, but it was very funny.
But those improv classes have made you kill it out there.
Out there in the world of stereo, where we currently have 0 listeners. Yeah.
Well,
Killing it.
I think my ironic singing killed it.
Sheryl Crow. I mean, so, I'll be honest. When I looked at my Spotify top songs of 2020, Sheryl Crow.
Sheryl Crow was on there. Oh my God.
Because I went through like a 3 or 4 or maybe a full week period of time where I was driving around LA listening to the same like 4 Sheryl Crow songs, and I was getting real into it because I had a conversation with somebody one day about what's the one? The sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. What song is that?
I used to love that song. It made me happy to be alive. What was it again?
It's like something about fun.
Yeah.
What the fuck is it called? How is this not happening? Every day is a winding road is the wrong song. That Sheryl Crow song, the giant hit song that she
All
had.
I want to do is have some fun.
Yes, all I want to do.
Feeling I'm not the only one.
Yes, all I want to do. So I'm talking about that song, and apparently it's like a song. The lyrics are from this poem, like from I don't remember when, like the early 1900s, I think, or like no, I guess it was probably in the 60s or something like that, because it's all about LA. But then somebody like put it to music, and the words are really weird, and I was like, oh, this song's really interesting. And then so I kind of got back on this Sheryl Crow kick, because all I want to do is a really good song. And then are you strong enough to be my man? That's a good song. And then
why are you jamming to that song?
What?
Why are you jamming to Are You Strong Enough to Be My Man?
I agree. It's very funny to think about, but it's a good song.
So my top 5 was completely embarrassing. It's funny that Sheryl Crow was on yours, but I just become more basic every year. I swear to God, I listen to some good music, but like my top is always like Drake, and I'm just like, God damn.
I've never listened to Drake once.
I told my friends that we couldn't listen to Drake anymore, and then like after a couple days, they're like, "Is Drake still banned?" And I was like, "It's fine, just put it on. It's fine."
My top Spotify top, whatever it's called, is very embarrassing because I only listen to music when I'm working out pretty much. And so I just have a running playlist, and I purposely listen to like really bad music because
Why?
I think
And what is really bad music to you?
Like shitty 90s like Limp Bizkit and
Limp Bizkit, okay.
Like really bad music that like is just fun to work out to.
Is that what you like listen to while you run?
Yeah, that's what I listen to when I run, because it sucks and it's funny.
I loved Limp Bizkit. Like, it's so bad, but God, I loved them in their day.
I'm going through my Limp Bizkit phase right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I was like a tiny kid going in my parents did not know what I was listening to. I was like, yeah,
I fucking hated it when it was popular.
I'll buy it for you from Walmart because they used to have edited versions, but still it was like Nookie, whatever. Anyway, that's what
Nookie is on my running playlist for sure. This is my running playlist. I mean, I'll tell you some of the main artists.
Let's hear
it. And it's all embarrassing, but I will admit it. And like I said, I listen to it because it sucks and it's like engaged. But like I listen to it and it's engaging. It distracts me, which is what I want from music when I'm running, because I don't want to focus on the fucking workout. I want to be distracted. Yeah. So that's why I'm listening to fucking Nookie by Limp Bizkit. I'm listening to fucking Korn and System of a Down and Tool and just like gross music that I'm just like, what is this? Oh my God, this is so,
I
oh
mean,
my God, what?
It isn't that bad. It's just kind of funny that that's what you're running to. But this
Gets
music
you going.
it's kind of, I think it's weird that you're going through your Limp Bizkit phase now. I'm sure Fred Durst is happy because he needs some residuals right now, but weird timing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm joking when I say I'm going through the phase because I still think it's terrible, but I'm listening to it.
What you're listening to. Remember when Jay-Z collabed with Linkin Park?
Yeah.
That's
kind of.
also odd. That's odd. That
What
made
was
me
the song?
that made me believe in the Illuminati. There were like 5 songs.
Oh, really? I thought there was just one.
No.
Well, Method Man did the song with Limp Bizkit. It was Everybody in Together Now. Shut the fuck up.
That's such a good song. That's a
Is
good
it?
song. And then he did that one. He did Method Man, and then he did another one with Redman. I saw them live, Method Man, Redman, and Ghostface when I lived in Seattle in this little underground bar. Cool as fuck. I think. Did I tell you this already?
No, but I've seen them as well.
But Redman gave me a hug. He like gave me a hug and like pulled me up on stage, and I was like 19, and I was like, yes. So that's a very
Up on stage.
high point in my. They threw me back. They didn't like me that much, but.
Well, so I think rap shows tend to be pretty bad.
Yeah, because you need all the voice stuff to make that stuff sound good.
Yeah, usually I think listening to the record is better and it sounds better and all that stuff. And like I could just, I don't need to see somebody do this. But I will say that Redman is probably the best hip hop performer I've seen.
Because they put on a good show. Yeah, I had a blast. Like that was one of my most fun concert shows I've ever been to, for sure.
Have you ever seen Limp Bizkit?
I haven't. I'm sure they would have put a good show on.
I've seen 311. That was pretty bad.
Oh, I love 311.
Come on.
I do. I love Amber, and my
Oh
wedding
my
song was their remake of "I Will Always Love You" or whatever it goes, or love song.
Love song The Cure?
Yeah, because they did a remake
Never
of
heard
it.
it. Never heard it. The only
Their
311
remake I
songs.
like more, and then Adele did another remake. But I like 311's the most.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. And also, I don't even think it's Cure's original song. I think they remade it from something else. I think if
What
I
song?
look that up right.
I'm pretty positive that's The Cure. They wrote it.
It was them. Are you sure?
Pretty positive.
Okay.
The
Anyway.
love song is the one that goes
I will always love you. No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a Ridge from the 80s.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember. I just thought that I always thought it was theirs and that I read something, but I might be mistaken. So this is not fact. This is
That's
That's funny that you saw 311. I
saw
saw
him at like a day-long festival and it was horrible. Also, Wyclef Jean was there.
Oh, that's cool.
He did a flip.
I saw Kanye, and he had an
Kanye.
orchestra, and that was pretty cool.
He had a what?
An orchestra. He had a whole orchestra behind him the whole time, and lights and him rapping, and I loved that. I was like the most hardcore Kanye fan after that, like forever. Like I loved him obviously because I went to that concert, but then I was like dedicated.
He puts on a good show. I saw him at Bonnaroo, which was like a pretty iconic Kanye show because he didn't go on until I think 4 or 5 in the morning because they had to build this whole stage and his set got pushed back. And so we had to literally sit there for hours just waiting for him to come on. And by the time he came on, he played that song Good Morning as the sun was coming up. And I was like, oh, this is kind of awesome, but I'm really tired and I'm going to leave after the first song at the same time. So I saw that and I was like, oh, what a nice moment. And then I left. And then he ranted. I'm sure it's still on the internet somewhere, but he ranted about how he got fucked over at this at the festival. And it's really funny. I remember one of the lines in his rant. It's like a blog post that he made somewhere, and he goes, "I'm so angry. I'm about to break my MacBook Air." He's like, "I'm typing so hard. I'm going to break my MacBook Air." And it's all in caps. His fucking blog post. And then the next year I went back to Bonnaroo and spray painted on all the fence everywhere. It said, "Fuck Kanye," just all over the entire festival grounds. Like, he got so much shit for that show. And it wasn't entirely his fault, because it just, the band before him like went late and shit, and the setup took forever. But I don't think he'll ever play Bonnaroo again.
No, I think that was his last one. You know, the crazy thing about being at that Kanye concert is that we were standing like 3 rows of people back, jam-packed with hundreds of people once he came on, you know, and I was just completely fine. That you had to like, and now like, because of all the school shootings and mass shootings, like when everyone protested on Hollywood Boulevard, I got like seriously claustrophobic, and like I was like, I can't do this, and I left.
Yeah.
Because I was like, someone could shoot me, someone could like, you know what I mean? Someone could bomb this, like, and honestly, that kind of stuff can happen anywhere. It's more just like, obviously that fear is inside of me.
Yeah.
I was just, sorry, it just made me start thinking about how like I did not care before at concerts. Like I would just go wherever.
Yeah, I used to be much better with crowds. And then when I played a couple of festivals and I was on the other side of it, I was like, this is a lot better. Like, you can avoid the crowds and like go on the other side of the fences where there's like guards and shit. What a great feeling it is. Let me tell you this, to have to be in the festival grounds and then just be like where everyone is, and then go and then just flash your artist bracelet and just be like, and then go in these areas where nobody's allowed. And you're just like, this fucking rules. And there's like, free Red Bulls and shit.
What festival did you play? What was your favorite festival that you played?
We really didn't play many. We played, the biggest one was Firefly Festival in Delaware, which is like, it's a big festival. I mean, the year that we played, Outkast headlined and the Foo Fighters were that night too. Really, and we had some other friends that were playing, like from Philly.
So did you get to meet Outkast and Foo Fighters, or?
No, they like, I don't know where those people hang out. Like, we were in the artist area, but like there must be another area for those kind of people, you know, like, because they didn't even let us. We could pretty much go backstage for like any band or like any act or whatever. But then when it got to like the headliners, you couldn't get anywhere near the stage. So like there's some other like tiers to that shit, you know, like we were at the bottom of the artist rung. Like we played at 10 a.m. I think.
Well, that's still cool. That's still fun.
Oh yeah, I had a blast. We fucking took mushrooms and shit.
You know, we were talking about mushrooms.
Stole a golf cart. Yeah.
I forgot to get them.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I really need to get some, like, I didn't forget. I hit my head and it was like, that was more important than me taking mushrooms.
Yeah.
So
maybe you wouldn't have hit your head if you were on mushrooms. Maybe you could have just like seen the world more clearly.
Maybe. It was so slippery. Like I knew I was going to fall and I should have just called someone to help me.
Sure.
I don't know how I would have avoided it, honestly. Not lifting my feet, I guess.
Better shoes?
Well, but it was too late. And I don't think barefoot would have been any better.
Find a big sir to carry you?
That's what I should have waited for. A big sir.
Damn. I feel bad. So are you in pain?
I was. I have a little bit of pain now, but not as bad.
This was a thought that I had today. But you know how people are like online, you definitely see people commenting about how they're tired of seeing COVID related stuff. Like, don't post about masks. Don't post about this. Like, we get it. We've seen it. That's how I feel about posts about babies. Honestly, it's like
We get it. We've seen
we
them.
get it, we've seen it, we understand how this works. Like we've been seeing it for 9 months now. Like I don't want to look at it anymore. I'd rather see posts about masks and shit.
Oh God. Okay, I completely feel you on that because I just don't have I just don't follow a lot of people who have babies. That's just the way I keep it real. But
No, I follow babies.
what what if you and Deanie had a baby? You're telling me that you wouldn't post every moment?
I like to think I would not.
I guess not you, but Deanie wouldn't?
She doesn't post at all. She hates social media.
Okay.
She has to do it every day for work, for her business. So she's like constantly that. And she's like, I fucking hate this.
But that side's way different than like personal stuff. Cause that's literally like, look at this outfit or look at this, blah, blah, blah. Right.
Yeah. She has to do it, which I think makes her hate it even more because it's like built into her job. So I like to think that we wouldn't. We'd give you the initial, like, all right, this is what it looks like. Like, get it. And you can refer back to this. This is going to stay on Instagram. We're not going to take it down. You can refer back if you're ever wondering what our baby looks like. It feels weird for me to even say that because I don't want one.
Yeah,
but
I know.
It'll just be there. And if you want to see it, it's there. And I'm going to post more stuff about, I'd rather post about me doing a silly dance or, wearing a mask or the poop that I made. I don't know. Anything is better than that.
And then let the baby post about its own life. Eventually.
One day. All right. This one is so. Are there people? Do you ever hear about people that like are exploring their sensuality?
Not sexuality, sensuality. Okay.
Yeah. Do you think people are just like, you know what? I think I'm a romantic.
Yeah, I think women think that all the time. Men no. But I think women are probably like, I'm romantic.
They want to experiment a little bit with their sensuality. They're like, I'm gonna try roses. I'm gonna try doilies. Like I'm gonna try essential oils.
Picnics in the park.
I'm gonna try picnics in the park. I'm gonna try neck kisses.
To other people or to yourself?
Well, how do you kiss your own neck?
I don't know. I was trying. See? Well, sensuality could be, I don't know. I don't know a lot about sensuality. You need to tell me.
That's what I'm saying. I think people need to explore their sensuality. Enough about sexuality. I think we need to explore the spectrum of romance. Figure out where we fall.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, where do you fall? If we were going to discuss this, where do you fall?
Not far.
So you're not romantic? Your sensuality is low on the spectrum.
I don't know if it's low and high. It's more just like, from.
Are you romantic with like, do you plan special dates and like Deanie's birthday's coming up? Do you plan like special things for her?
I'm really not good at no.
Okay. So your sensuality is low.
I should experiment. I do need to experiment.
I'm not super romantic, but if you are someone who actually dates me, I'm a great gift buyer. Like I pay attention and I'll actually buy you something that you want. Like you're not going to like ever be like, oh, I'm going to return this. Or like, oh, this is shit. You're going to be like, thank you. You bought me something actually useful that I actually like. Because I freaking hate when people buy me bullshit gifts. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
But I'm not, I'm never like, oh my God, I planned this weekend getaway. Like, why would I do that anyway? I guess that's the guy's job. And we're taking baths and massages. I don't know. That's not going to be me. I just be like, I got myself a massage today because I was sore.
What's the most you ever spent on a gift for somebody that you were dating?
I mean, I don't know, because like I guess with my ex, it's kind of like our money all became one, and like, he he got a new dirt bike and that was considered a gift, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I bought it. You know what I mean?
Well, then who gave the gift?
Well, like it was our money. You know what I mean? But it was like, yeah, I'm not getting you a Christmas present. Buy that. You know what I mean?
No, that seems like a weird setup to me, honestly.
Okay.
Use our money to buy you something that only benefits you, and it's not from me.
So I guess it was from me, but like not, you know what I mean? Like whatever. That's the end of Reckless and the Recluse. I will be more reckless next week, and Judy will try not to get COVID from inside of his house. Thanks for listening.
And another cliffhanger. Let's see if I die of salmonella. And last week's cliffhanger. No, I don't have worms.